Oh my God. I can't believe we're back. We're back. We're back again. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I put myself out there for the whole world to laugh at? I don't know. But we're back on this Thursday night, September 19th, year of our Lord, 2024, where the bills is real. Yeah, the bills is real. But you know what I'm saying? If you got a decent job nowadays and go out there and catch yourself one of them giraffes, you'll be all right. So I decided to go on YouTube for a few minutes, about a half an hour ago, and I saw Jeff Favignano, who's, I mean, I think everybody who flies simulators
I'm not a huge fan
is familiar
of this
with Jeff
particular
Favignano.
Airplane, but hey, maybe it's something you're excited about.
He's been around forever.
We have the Optica we know and love.
He just put
we have the
this
Pitts S1S
brand new video up,
C90 GT.
and you know, I've never really been like a React channel, but I can't find this video anywhere else.
Hello, everyone.
This preview, and he's got one that's 30 minutes long. It's already got 59,000 views already. It went up like 2,000 views in the last couple of hours. So I'm gonna play this bitch tonight, and we're gonna commentate on it, or stop it, or rewind it, or we're gonna analyze whatever the hell he's looking at. Because you go in the Discord channel today, there is. Oh, I took your video. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Sorry about it. No, but anyways, so we're gonna take a look at it, and yeah, man, there's a bunch of information that kind of just dropped over the last, or at least to me, I just found out about some information, you know, about planes coming out, and you know, renting. Like, they're gonna have now where you can rent mods instead of buying them. You can just rent them for, I don't know the duration of the time and the pricing, but that's really cool that, you know, you can rent it with an option to buy it, or just rent the bitch forever. That's cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it. Yeah, I just noticed it like a half an hour ago, this video, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be good. Jeff Favignano, I mean, he's great. I love the videos he puts together, whether it's trucking or well, it's good to see you too, Captain. Thanks for stopping by. But all right, so let me get the volume up on this thing. Gotcha. Well, we're just watching the preview now. We still got a couple of months. We still got a couple of months until it comes out. But yeah, this guy is great. I've been watching him for years. So I guess I should drop a like on it.
And welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. My first look and my first hands-on experience with the sim. A huge thank you to Xbox for providing this trip to try out Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Thank you to Lena and Vanessa for helping me during the travel and planning. Without you, it would have been a mess. Tomorrow, I have a
what's up, guys?
That's going to be coming out of my...
Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. You know, sometimes life throws you those curveballs, and kind of, you gotta take a little detour for a few minutes. But yeah, we're good. We're good. We're getting there. Hey, what's up, Greece? What's happening? So yeah, so let's see what Jeff Favignano's, let me see what he picked up, wherever the hell he is, whatever secret Microsoft bunker from Bill Gates he's in. I don't know. Like, what do they do? Did they put like a bag over his head and be like, all right, shut the fuck up? Kind of like what they did in Saw X. When they pick up John and put a bag over his head and then just drop him in the middle of the desert. Maybe they did that with Jeff Favignano. They just took him out in the middle of the desert, and right in the middle of the desert, there's a big ass solar screen to pick up all the sunlight, and it's got a cord that comes from it, and it goes to this big brick, and the big brick powers the simulator. That would be cool. They just drop him off in the desert, and be like, all right, it's 1400 right now. We'll see you tomorrow. Around 0600. Have fun. All right, anyways, enough of me babbling.
Entire trip out to the Grand Canyon, including a helicopter tour. Absolutely incredible. I had a ton of fun. Let's see what Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is all about. There are 5 big names that were there. We had Jorg, we had Seb, we had David with the Sobo, Christopher, that was a co-founder of Working Title Simulations, and Brandon Yeager, founder and project lead at Got Friends. They had a huge focus on simulation and really trying to prevent anyone from really calling it a game.
Dude, that was cool, man. Gotcha.
Brandon Yeager, founder and project lead at Got Friends. They had a huge focus on simulation and really trying to prevent anyone from really calling it a game. In my personal hands-on time,
I'm sure what he's playing on down there. Oh shit! I'm sure what he's playing on down there is like ultra graphics, ultra everything. You know what I mean? Are you really pre-ordered it? Is it really $400? Are you kidding me? I haven't looked yet. That's crazy if it's really $400. Jesus Christ.
On simulation and really trying to prevent.
That's cool how you can make your own character though.
In my personal hands-on time, this is a giant step up for the simulator, and it didn't feel like a rehashed Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 to me.
You know what? I don't really have to worry about it because it's going to be on Xbox Game Pass. So if I have Xbox Game Pass like what I have now, I mean, I got a pretty good discount on it, one, because it's Game Pass, but it's going to be on Game Pass right away. So might not have to pay for anything. It just be on there. You can just download it from there. Depending on what comes standard and what the different levels are, man. But $400 is crazy. From what I understand, it's going to be on Game Pass day one. That's what they're advertising on Game Pass right now, is that this will be available day one. So if it is, it is. If not, I'll buy it. I'm going to get it one way or the other. Game Pass is a really good deal. There are many good games on Game Pass. Yep.
Let's talk about why that is. So in the new sim, they are moving to the cloud to reduce load times and performance. This was interesting because I'm not sure how third-party airplanes are going to be handled. It's my understanding those will still live on your hard drive, but the Marketplace aircraft would be on the cloud to save space. I'm okay with this. They mentioned increasing rolling cache for this. I'm not a huge rolling cache person, but maybe you are. All right, let's check out some before and after pics. I love this. Taking pictures from 2020 that we know it today and comparing them with the new simulator side by side. Here we have the Amazon inside Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. You can see how pixelated everything is with the sprites, and it's just not that detailed when you're up close to it. The airplane looks nice in the background. And here is a shot inside of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, same spot in the Amazon, and what a difference. You can even...
He's got the snacks under the cushions of the couch. He just reach his hand down in the cushion and just pull out a snack. You got all kinds of stuff in there. Spare hot dogs, all kinds of stuff. He might have one of those couches that has the refrigerator right in the middle of it. And that little armrest that pops up that's got the little cubby hole for all your snacks.
See the crocodiles hanging out down there on the bottom left. Here's the Amazon forest in the current sim. And then we look at the new sim, and we can see that biome really explodes with life. Love the canopy here, and you can really see the new palette, the new color palette that is in the sim. Another shot of the Amazon rainforest, and we're looking at the sun
is some good stuff,
Boom,
dude.
we have that photometric lighting working here, and you can see a huge difference when it comes to the vegetation as well. Now, we saw this in the trailer, but this is the exact same spot. Now, check it out here in 2024.
Wow,
that
looks good.
Looks incredible, and I can say firsthand from what I saw during the event, this is accurate to what you are going to see. Here's Coronation Mountain in Canada. You can see the current sim. It really doesn't look that bad, but when we look at the new sim, especially pay attention to the mountains and the mesh on those. Boom, we have got ourselves a beautiful scene here with a trail going between these trees, and the mountains look
very convincing. It'd be pretty if it was a farming simulator, but when are we ever really going to be? Well, I guess at airports.
Types. Here we are looking at Corsica. It is not bad looking by any means, but when we look at it in 2024, boom, wow, check it out. And No, this is not like a setup picture or anything. Those logs and those boulders and stuff like that are in the sim. I did see that for myself.
Cool.
Moving on, just looking at the difference between the tree types and just how amazing the new ones look. Here's the old forest in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and boom, here we are. This is what it looks like in 2024. To me, the best way I can explain what I saw is that this reminds me of like a hunting simulator when you're on the ground walking around, and we'll get into that later on. Here's a beautiful shot looking down a field towards the river, and when we go into Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, boom, look at the difference there. Look at the trees, look at the color of the water, and also the mesh of the mountain in the background, including the snow.
I think it's the Dream Lifter. I'm going to go with Dream Lifter. Dude, the graphics, I don't know how much of this game is going to be on ground, but I know there's going to be some with walk-arounds and taking photos. But man, this looks great. If this was like a farming simulator or a walking simulator, it would look great. Hey, that's cool, man. I'm going to walk down the street. That's cool.
Cap there that we can see. Another thing to note is that when you touch down on the grass, all of that dirt and all that mud can...
I'm gonna try to land my plane in an open field like Whip Whitaker from the movie Flight. Greatest airline pilot, greatest airline captain of all time. Hid that he was a drunk for 40 years, 35 years. Oh, that's cool.
And fly up onto the airplane, and it will be drying over time. I absolutely love this picture, and I wanted to save it towards the end.
Wow,
but
that's
here
cool.
we are, Mount Fuji in the current sim. Beautiful picture here. But when we look at 2024, boom, look at the clouds we've got
a halo now
all the way around. But look at the foreground. Look at the individual river rocks and pebbles and whatnot, all the way out into the water compared to the last image. Here's a cool shot.
James, send us a copy of it, James. They are realistic. That's cool looking. James, stop typing. Stop typing right now. And go send us a copy of it right away.
At Grand Canyon, looking at a crossroad that's in the current sim. Again, you can see that pixelated tree on the left-hand side, but when we look at it in the new sim,
right,
wow,
James, the
wow,
Msfs
wow,
FS
what a
2024.
difference. Look at the road texture in the background there, the tree line, the individual trails, and just the absolute detail.
Yeah, didn't you say that it's released? Oh, I thought you had a copy of it. Go get a copy of it for us and send it to us.
That you see on the ground. And here is the Grand Canyon in the current sim. Not terrible, but it's not anything like what we're about to see. Boom. Check that out.
Wow.
That is what the new Grand Canyon looks like. I flew out of Grand Canyon Airport, flew over the south rim there a little bit, stayed towards the edge to check out the rock features, and then I was able to make my way back to the Grand Canyon and have myself a little landing. That wasn't the best, but I did the best I could with my Thrustmaster TCA Boeing yoke. Here's JFK in the current sim right now. You can see the airport tech.
Yeah, it's illegal. I got his name right on it. Plus, it's legal. And if it's not, what are they going to do? Take it down? I mean, we're getting to watch it. That's what matters.
Textures, you can see everything on the ground there. And then when we look at it in 2024, boom, what a difference.
Wow.
The lighting looks so much better, but we're going to get into this later on. The AI detail that we're going to see in this new sim is incredible, including the real liveries and the airplanes. Looking at Mount Sanford here, and we can see this is a beautiful shot in the current sim. But when we look at it in 2024, boom, you see the northern lights there. Look at the difference in the lighting. And then we can see we've got the tessellation of that aircraft in the snow. So that is something I'm really excited for. And here we are in the savannah in Africa.
Wait, are you allowed to say that, Chicago? Well, let me whisper so nobody hears me. Are you allowed to say that? Well, thanks, James. Just hold on to your copy. I didn't think you were allowed to say anything bad about the new simulator. Gotcha.
Looking at the distance, and you can really pay attention to the difference between the mesh on this topography compared to boom. Wow, this is just night and day different. We're going to talk about the animals later on. I'm just getting you guys excited for what we are about to talk about. And finally, here we are looking at a beach with some palm trees around us, and it doesn't look terrible, but when we're up close to this tree, you can really tell that it's not the greatest. But boom, same shot, same place. Look at the detail on the palm trees, on the beach itself, on the water. We'll talk about that later on as well. Just absolutely gorgeous. And we saw this in the trailer. We have Yosemite Park here, and the current sim compared to the same shot in 2024. El Capitan looking beautiful there. Got the river. Look at the rocks along the river and the different vegetation types. It is beautiful. All right, so we looked at some before and after pictures. I think you're starting to see the bigger picture here. There's a giant leap from the current sim to the new one. And this isn't just smoke and mirrors. This is what I saw when I was flying myself around in this sim. We have 4,000 times more ground detail and geometry. Think about that for a minute.
Did y'all notice that?
Let's look at the...
You notice he said we. Now, I don't know if that's like the proverbial we, like, you know, how I use it sometimes and how all of us use it, but I wonder if he's tied into this somehow. Maybe. Might be right.
Myself around in this sim. We have 4,000 times more ground detail and geometry. Think about that for a minute. Let's look at the wireframes. This is a look at the ground wireframe in the current sim. Now, it looks impressive, but when we crank it up to 4,000 times more data, look at the difference there. That is all interacting with your airplane when you're on the ground. Again, for bush flying, this is monumental. Let's talk about the ground textures on the taxiways and runways. They have been greatly improved. But let's talk about the difference between the two with some images. Here's a picture of a runway texture in the current sim. And then when we look at 2024, and bam, look at what this looks like in 2024. So way more detail when it comes to the textures on the ground.
Too bad we're probably not going to see much of that at nighttime unless we buy lights. From what I understand, a lot of the ground lights for the airports, it's still going to be something you have to purchase for all the airports. Yeah, I may just have to get a PC at some point. But for right now, it's okay. For what I need it for, it's okay.
All right, we have some more pictures to show you of the airports that have been upgraded, and I love the before and after shots so you have an idea of what to expect. Now, Aspen looks fantastic in the current sim, but when you look at it in the new one, oh my lord, what a difference that is. Here at Atlantic Aviation and Aspen, look at those trees in the background too. Here's a look at JFK in 2020. We already know what this looks like, but look at all the ground vehicles, forklifts, new pushback truck, stair truck, fire trucks, you name it. Looking at the tower itself, you can see that it's not really detailed in the current sim, but when we look at it in 2024, oh my, we have a tower cab. You can see the upgrade to Telluride here looking beautiful. Love the trees up on the hill, all the new equipment on the ground. It's just a giant step up from what we had before. You can see that the custom airports like Courchevel has been upgraded. We've got Innsbruck as well. And you'll even notice the interior with some chairs up there. That looks very detailed. A look at the terminal from the front. Again, that tower cab is modeled completely. We can see solar panels and furniture down there in the terminal. Just a big, big upgrade to what we currently have in the sim. And
I like that airport.
That is for certain. The ground markings, what we currently have is nothing like what we see here in 2024. I love this comparison. This is what the runways and taxiways currently look like in the sim compared to 2024. Look at that. And when it comes to the detail of the rubber being laid down on the runway, I was told that this was procedurally generated. I'm not really sure how in-depth that goes. All right, we've moved on.
That would be really cool if they could procedurally generate. That would be great if they could do that. That would be so dope. As long as you're online, and then every other airplane that lands, you know, they leave their little imprint with the tires. Later in the day, it becomes more and more. That would be really cool.
The new aircraft that will be in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Here's a look at what you'll get with the standard edition, the deluxe edition, and the premium deluxe. But let's talk about the new airplanes. We've got the Beluga by I&I Builds.
No shit.
Beautiful looking airplane. We've got the A10 Warthog by
I am so glad I haven't bought the Warthog yet. Now that it's coming with the simulator, I'm so happy I didn't buy it.
DC Design. We got the Pipistrel Taurus by Godfriends. We've got the Robinson R66. The L39 was overhauled, including all of the Reno Air Race airplanes have been overhauled. Here we go. We got the Airbus A321LR from I&I Builds. Going to be really nice to have a Neo.
I'm kidding.
A321. We have all variants of the Airbus A330, including this beautiful A330 300P2 freighter, baby. We have the Airbus H125. We have the Airbus H225. The Airbus A400. We saw that in the trailer. We have the Air Tractor 802. We saw that when we were checking out the new tech when it came to the ground detail. We have the HU-16 Albatross. Very excited for this airplane. The Experimental Archer Midnight. I'm not a huge fan of this particular airplane, but hey, maybe it's something you're excited about. We have the Optica we know and love. We have the Pitts S1S, the Beechcraft C90 GTX, the Boeing Chinook.
Nice.
We even have the Boeing Dreamlifter. I'm very excited.
And oh, that's a real life one.
Excited about this one. The Boeing 737 MAX 8 by Asobo. The Boeing 747 Global Super Tanker. The Boeing C-17. The Cessna 408 Sky Courier. Cessna C-188B Ag Truck. The Cessna 400 Corvallis. The Cessna 404 Titan. The CGS Hawk Arrow. The de Havilland CL-415.
Nice.
And we can even see the pyro clouds here during a firefighting mission. I did get to fly this airplane, and it's really cool to operate the probes, touch down on the water, pick it up, and just have a listen to these beautiful sounds on this airplane. We have the Twin Otter by Hans. So the whole thing with the Aerosoft Twin Otter seems to be playing hand in hand. I believe that is the same model that's going to be in the new sim. The Dornier Sea Star, which is a very interesting looking airplane, twin turboprop. You've got a pusher and you got a pull on the front of the airplane there. The Draco X by Mike Patty. This thing is absolutely insane. This airplane was a ton of fun to fly. It had a lot of power in it. I could just easily get off any airport I wanted to, but whenever it came to landing, had a smooth-ish touchdown. It wasn't that bad. But I ground looped the absolute hell out of this thing after reducing that power.
Hey, Chicago, send him that video you sent me a while back about landing. Send him that video. Go ahead.
And I was able to prevent it from winging over on me, but it was still a handful. The Ericsson S64 air crane. We've
can't wait for this
hot air
one.
balloons, and look at how beautiful.
That's what Whitaker said. He said pitch for height when he was inverted. When he was flying his CRJ inverted, or his Embraer. I don't know what he was flying.
Beautiful that canyon looks. The Hart ES-30, which is an electric airplane. It is an experimental aircraft, and it has not flown yet. The Jetson 1, that's pretty much a quadcopter style aircraft, but I just am not that excited about it. The Joby S4, which we saw in the trailer, the Magna gyros that we saw in the trailers as well, the MXSR, all of the Red Bull Air Racing airplanes are in the sim. The North American P-51, again, an overhaul, but look at the beautiful shot here.
Looks great.
In fall with the new trees. Oh, it looks so good. The North American T6 has been reworked as well. A great shot out here in the desert. Look at this desert biome. Looks fantastic. Love the reflections underneath the airplane. The Pilatus PC-12 NG.
Nice.
The Pilatus PC-24
Yes.
Parachute Sky Rascal.
Nice.
This one surprised me. The Saab 340D.
Yay,
the
I love the Saab.
S12G with that prop on the front of it as a glider. The
I love the
Zipco
Saab
Edge
340.
540, again, another Red Bull Air Racing airplane. And then the Zlin Savage Norden. This thing looks like a ton of fun to fly. I'm very excited for it. So there you go, 32 new airplanes
that is cool.
that are coming to the simulator. Another really cool thing about the Bush planes, and in the UI, you can actually go in and you can customize your livery and the equipment on the airplanes. But with the Bush planes, you can actually remove the panels for a show look if you're doing stall competitions. Cool. In my opinion, this sim is going to encourage more pilots to give GA flying a try. I love GA flying as much as I like commercial flying, but commercial flying usually takes the forefront of the flying adventures that I have on my channel, but I think GA is going to come back swinging. Wake Turbulence is now modeled on all of the airplanes and helicopters. We saw a video of it in action, and it was quite impressive. Not sure how great this will be received on multiplayer, but it will be interesting, that's for certain. Another thing is that the particle effects are affected by the airplanes and the helicopters. And seeing this in action was really cool. If you fly float planes, you'll be pleased to know that there are 3D water waves and landing strategies are now required. I didn't have any time with float planes, so I can't comment on the physics or what the step felt like, sadly. EFB and pre-flight planning is now in the core sim. I was impressed with the detail and might make me use less third-party add-ons, to be honest with you. Avionics now simulate the location of satellites in space, which I thought was a really nice touch. Night textures and lighting have completely been redone. I noticed that the moon was the correct size, a small but an important detail. The lighting overhaul includes the new photometric lighting that I noticed immediately when getting into the sim. Ray tracing is also now in the sim. Let's look at that. Here is the Max cockpit with no ray tracing on it at all. And when we turn on ray tracing, you can see the difference in the shadows. Look at the bezel. It's now got a shadow going through it. And there is soft and hard shadows, all based on where the light source is. It looks really, really good. Let's talk a little bit about the static world. There are Bing and Maxar improvements to the new sim, and tin cities. If you don't know what tin cities are, they're triangular, irregular networks, and they've been used by the GIS, the Geographic Information System, community for many years, and are a digital means to represent surface morphology. Not going to go into detail on all of that, but let's just say what they were talking about was 15 centimeter capture with 50 centimeter actual. Satellite imagery to 3D was 2 meters actual. The biomes are absolutely insane. Individual rocks, trees, shrubs, logs.
I don't really understand completely. I don't really understand completely what that means. I think I do, but it sounds awesome. Whatever he just said, it sounds like it's going to be real good.
Saw it in the before and after pictures. I could not believe.
Maybe 2 meters the actual means every image that you see is within 2 meters of the actual height. I think that's really cool, man.
The difference when it came to being on the ground. Let's talk about gliders a little bit. There are glider ports now in the core simulator, handcrafted 2,100 glider ports across the globe. New navigation system for gliders, including thermal tracking. It's all worked on by Godfriends, a well-known name in the simulation ring. They showed us a quick presentation on it, and it looked very impressive. 940 total oil rigs are now in the sim. 80,000 handcrafted helipads in the simulator as well. I gotta say, after going to the Grand Canyon, taking a heli tour, it really sparked my interest in helicopters again, and I'm very excited for the helipads that are going to be in the new sim. Power lines and towers are now in the core sim. You don't have to use a third-party add-on for this anymore, and I'm personally very excited for this for any low and slow flying. We have seen that there are seasons in the new sim. Winter and snow tessellation and the depth of the snow was easily seen. Let's talk a little bit about the clouds and what I've seen from the promo stuff compared to my hands-on time with the sim. To me, the clouds seem like they've been improved in all aspects. We now have cirrus clouds, and that is a huge win. Always wanted to have some high altitude clouds. We will now have them in the new sim. As far as thunder,
yeah, Chicago kind of punished me. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. He punished me, and he sent me that video, and he's like, "You need to watch this." I was like, "Okay." And so that was my punishment, was watching that video. And now, anytime I think somebody else needs a punishment, I'm gonna try to make them watch that video. that video, I could barely make my way through it one time.
storms go, the updraft base, the towering cumulus, and improvements to the anvil structure were present. However, I had run out of recording room on my SSD drive, sadly, and I was not able to show you this. I do know that Air Force Proud was able to get an awesome shot of the towering cumulus with the anvil up there as well. It looked absolutely incredible. To me, the clouds felt a little bit more crunchy at the higher altitudes, and I think that is something that we've been needing for a long time. I did not see the pyro-looking clouds anymore. Those have been fixed. All right, so let's talk about some other things before we get into the career mode. Character customization. New peds are now in the world instead of the airport workers we know and love. There's a whole customization you can do to your personal avatar. I think this is so cool. I'm very excited about walking around in the world after a long flight, or, you know, doing a bush trip and then taking a hike up a trail, since they now exist. Let's talk about the animals that are going to be in the new sim. Now, I didn't have enough.
Let's go back and just pause on the giraffe for a moment, just to,
you know,
kind of like a moment of silence,
and then taking a hike
for all the tourists
a trail, since they now
that are getting ready to get slayed.
Let's talk about the
on the shores of Greece next spring at a port in Greece near you. Get ready to get slayed, bitches.
Animals that are going to be in the new sim. Now, I didn't have enough time to get everything I wanted done, so I did not get to see these guys in person. However, these animals are brought into the sim thanks to Planet Zoo and Zoo Tycoon.
Oh, that's
Their
cool.
partnership with Asobo and Microsoft allows them to bring hundreds of species into
that is
the
really
sim.
cool.
They even have data-driven migration paths. And yes, we now have moo-moos. We have livestock instead of nothing out in those pastures.
That's
cool. The vehicle models have been updated. I could tell a huge difference there. Although my hands-on time, I did notice that the cars were kind of in the middle of the road, and maybe that'll be adjusted as we go on. But the way I saw vehicles moving on the ground was way better than anything we currently have. The AI ship traffic is now in the base sim, and let's have a look at some of these beautiful models. Another great shot of them going down a canal, and you can see the palm trees in the foreground. Here's a look at one of the boats in the Caribbean. Another look at some of these boats out here on the ocean, and this really shows you how realistic the lighting is in the sim. And here we are in the evening time. Look at the night sky. We've got a fishing boat just sitting out here. If you haven't already noticed, you see Gaia ships there on the back. That is who they are partnered with. Attention to detail down to the tires that hang on the side of these things. Another great shot of the ship, but it also showcases just how beautiful the ground textures and detail are in the new sim as well. A shot of the same ship from the back. Look at the detail, especially with the changing seasons. And I really like this shot. Same spot, but look at the lighting difference. Look at how it is just being obscured by the mountain there in the background. And then finally, a grand look at the entire shot here. I have no words, just it looks so damn good. And finally, here's what a ferry boat like you would see in New York City looks like. Very detailed. All right, let's talk about the...
You know, I don't really mind all the still shots. But how often are we going to be are we going to be still? Like, I know he's showing textures and the differences, and I appreciate it. But it would be nice to have like more flying as well. Maybe I don't know exactly what he... Why am I getting a scam call? I'm getting a scam call this late at night. Look. I don't know. Maybe he has more flying coming later in this video. I don't know. But I know I'm not going to be still that much. I mean, it's good that he's showing it, but I don't know. I would have liked to have seen him do a little more flying in this video. I don't know what kind of time he had or what kind of hands-on he had. So, anyways.
ATC models and improvements to the ATC module itself. As far as the ATC menu went, I was not able to figure out the button because we had our key bindings grayed out to talk to the ATC. So they were talking back to me saying, hey, you're leaving my airspace. What are you doing? And here's a listen of what you can expect from that.
For takeoff, helipad 1255. 255, leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
But now you can see we have our own AI air traffic that will be in the sim, including real airline liveries. Got the Air New Zealand 777 there and company. Got Alaska Airlines here. You've got the E-Jet series and a little sneak peek of the GA airplanes in the background. All the big Boeing heavy airplanes in the foreground here. This is a quick look at what you can expect in the main simulator with all the...
Look at all that. That is crazy. E-Jets, Boeing, Airbuses. Wow.
Different types of airplanes and their liveries. Not only will we not have the fake 330 flying around, but we won't have that ridiculous Citation-ish looking airplane that was model matched for everything. We have a ton of GA aircraft to expect. They said over 100 models with real airline liveries. I'm very excited to see that. Blast scratches are in the sim now. Now they said this is not a static texture, but this is actually in the sim. So take it for what you will. I couldn't really understand what they were saying there. Let's talk a little bit about airships. The Skyship 600 we've seen. I noticed that there are hangars and equipment used for airships. So flying blimps and airships is going to be something really, really cool in the sim. You know, going ultra low and slow this time around. We will have monthly updates to the sim as we've seen before. There is a marketplace overhaul. Now this is pretty cool. You can now rent or get a free trial of a product before you buy it. You can also now send gifts within the marketplace to other simmers. All right, if you're still with me, here we are. Let's talk about career mode. You are going to start your career by picking your location on the planet. You have a mentor and you have an avatar to walk around the world. You have home headquarters, you have a certification tree, and you must pass exams. I'm not really thrilled about this aspect, because I think veteran pilots are going to lose.
What's up, Magnum?
Interest in obtaining certificates.
Magnum's been lurking. Now you just came out. Magnum came out of the shadows.
To me, this is great content for streamers, and I plan to do exactly that, but I can see the veterans being upset about this. There are 65 different training programs, specialization stack. There's an airplane and rotorcraft skill tree that you have to unlock. 3 million missions that will change daily. They said this was fully dynamic, so take that for what you will. Banner towing looked pretty darn cool. Pretty much what we expected. Now, remember when we were going through the whole trailer breakdown, we talked about that van out there and the people out there, and we were wondering if that was a cutscene, but you can see here from an image from the sim during that mission that they are there. So it's not just a cutscene thing, which I think is really cool and telling for the other missions. The new free cam, which is the Q.
You're right. I'm with I'm with James. What's the difference? I don't see what the big fuss is about.
free cam is there for you to prepare for your flight and to use the avatar to walk around. So you accept the mission, you're going to go out, you're going to pre-flight on the ramp, and they really drove home how important this step is. You're going to get your evaluation with a grading system. There's aviator performances, level progress. You can run your own aviation business, which I know it's going to be appealing to a lot of you. You have to pay for maintenance fees, and if you crash your plane or your helicopter, you will lose it. There's a new challenge league that has been put into the sim. There are 3 per week. You have bronze, silver, and gold, and they said it's not dumbed down in quotation marks. You have world discovery, which allows you to do pictures and photo objectives. Now, we talked about this. We saw this in the trailer.
This is crazy, dude. This is
pictures
awesome.
Of the animals and stuff.
It's like a game inside of a game.
Picture and photo objectives that you do of the new free cam that allows you to take pictures with an objective like a star system. There's like 3 stars. Within the star system, you might have to take a picture at night or with the moon. And again, look at that moon. It is the correct size. I noticed that. So that's something totally different and new. And that pretty much wraps up what we can expect from the career mode. Now, to me, I think this is awesome. I think it's going to bring more players to the flight sim community to give it a shot and see if it is something they want to learn. And sure, maybe those check rides are there to prepare people for the next set of airplanes or helicopters or whatever. And, you know, them driving home the whole thing about it being a simulation and not a game means that this is the most fidelity we have ever seen in default aircraft that are going to ship with this product. By bringing all these new third-party developers into the mix,
yes, you do.
It's really going to step
you have
up
2024 already.
The quality when it comes to aircraft in the simulator. Now, I would be remiss if I did not talk about the physics and how the flight model handled, in my opinion. It is a big difference compared to the current sim. Ground friction was a big one. I noticed that the Cessna was really planted on the ground when I was on a takeoff roll. I didn't get that kind of papery feeling where the wings wanted to wobble on me. Everything seemed much more solid. They did show in a presentation that all of those points have been doubled on what the flight model is actually able to take in, including the movement of the engines and all that. So there was a big change there. Let's talk about the different editions that you will be able to purchase when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. They're also going to be releasing a steelbook version of the sim, which is... Let's talk about the different...
Hang on, man. Let's see. 70 and 150. Huh. So I'm looking here, and between deluxe and premium deluxe, you get 5 more airplanes from 2020 upgraded. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, if I paid for the premium deluxe last time, why would... Well, I guess because this is a new game, maybe they're not going to bring them all in. I don't know if I like that. It's only 10 more planes, and I'm probably going to get the Aviator one or the Premium Deluxe one anyways, but... Payware aircraft. I'll have to see what that is. Somebody do some homework and find out what the payware aircraft is. What is that? What kind of witchcraft is that?
Editions that you will be able to purchase when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. They're also going to be releasing a steelbook version of the sim, which is really cool if you're into collector's editions. And then they're going to have a limited collector's edition. I don't have an image of it, but I did see it at the...
Look at that. Okay, all you PC users. Okay, PC users. What does that book say right there? Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Look at the back. Right behind the top left corner of the black square, it says Xbox. Series. I don't know what series. Premium Deluxe. Digital game code. Yeah, man. No, I don't think they mentioned Black Square at all, actually. I'm just trying to point out that this doesn't say PC, this says Xbox. Maybe PC will be delayed, and Xbox will get it first this time. That would be great.
Event. It's a black box, and it looks really, really sleek and nice. So those will be limited, and they look pretty darn slick. All right, that's going to wrap up this video on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Now, I couldn't do raw gameplay, and I couldn't talk during it. It was not part of the agreement, so we're going to have to wait until November 19th, whenever this sim comes out, before I start to make content on it.
It's very cool, man. I like that. I think it's going to have problems, right? I think it's going to have problems right from the start. Right from the start, we're going to have problems. Right from the start. I have a flight plan, but I don't know if I want to do it. I got a thumbnail for it and everything, but oh yeah, multiplayer, absolutely. I think multiplayer will be I think the whole thing's going to be a mess for a few weeks. Really. You know how many moving pieces they got? It's not like they just upgraded the graphics. They like completely redid everything, it looks like. Plus they're bringing in 50 airplanes from the previous game and all the mods. Yeah, it's crazy. It would be a miracle if this game released and there were no issues. I think you got a better chance of getting struck by lightning or getting a giraffe in the off season. Hard to get giraffes in the off season. They know the game. They've been around that jungle for a few years. Where's my blanket at? It's cold down here, especially when it gets dark outside. Get my blanket. Talking to me about airports. Mine will probably be my home airport. BWI. No, I didn't see. First of all, I don't watch Jimmy Fallon. Sorry. And I'm not watching Linkin Park anymore. That's not Linkin Park. I told you, Bobby, what that is. That's a Linkin Park cover band. Oh, I haven't seen it on. I haven't looked at it yet. I think every band that does what Linkin Park did is a cover band. Playboy Mansion, Helipad, yeah, from the 80s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. No, I don't agree with that. That's like Pantera right now, going around as Pantera. That's not Pantera without Dimebag Darrell. It's got the singer, it's got the bass player, but it's not Pantera. Just like Linkin Park's got Mike Shinoda and all the other guys. That's good. They sound like Linkin Park. They do. But without Chester, it's not Linkin Park. It's a really good cover band that sounds like Linkin Park. That's how I look at it. If you don't have to like my opinion, that's okay. Lincoln panties. That'd be great, the old Lincoln panties. Yeah, I don't think there's anything new. Right, giraffes near the helipad, that's right. Base training. Okay, so this is where I left off earlier. These new 717 livery packs, but I don't really know what to expect from a lot of these mods between now and November. I don't really expect a whole lot of stuff to launch outside of the planned stuff from Microsoft. And that's cheap, $6 for an F-18. Oh, that's just a livery. Right. Get that glow in the dark chalk. That way you can fly them in at nighttime. Oh, I never noticed this plane before. The T-33 jet trainer from Builds. My mouse working? Hello? Nope. Mouse is not working. Of course it doesn't work. This is a pretty cool looking little airplane. I don't think I've ever noticed this one before. Right, GIF. GIFF. GRAF. All right, do I want to do this flight or do I want to try to beat this boss? This game I started playing the other day, Death's Door. This game is great. No, I don't think the Hawk is on there. I've never seen it. Let me close this out and reopen it. The only bay I'm aware of in the game is the 146. 146. Man, so many things about that new simulator look really good. Isn't there supposed to be a trucking simulator coming out soon too? I thought there was a truck or a bus one that was coming out on Xbox soon. That space one is okay, but it's a little old after a while. That game I started playing last Friday night though, that Death's Door, where you're that little penguin or little... I don't think you're a penguin. Maybe you are. But whatever. That game has been a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. It's like Legend of Zelda. Back in the day, you have like different areas you have to go to, and they connect a certain way. Type of weapons, and I don't know. It reminds me of Legend of Zelda. That's right. GRFF should work. That would be good. That's cool. Clear disaster zones. That's cool. I think I have it actually. Is it called Expeditions? When this game is done loading, I have it on the front screen. I'll show you. I think it's the Expeditions one. Because that's for the Mud Runner, Snow Runner people. I could be wrong. I might not. This might not be what you're talking about. But it very well could be. And it feels weird talking this time of the day again. Been a little bit, you know. I mean, I know I was on a little bit last weekend, but it's been tough to make time lately. Should get a little easier here in the next few weeks for me to get back to a regular schedule. I'm glad you find that so funny, me being back. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Roadcraft. I haven't heard of that one before. Come on. I got 12 teraflops working. And these 12 teraflops are doing a slow ass job tonight. Always takes so long to load this game. I do like how the mods on the next simulator, you can rent them, you can stream them. That's pretty cool. I like that. Dinner date ideas. How about, yeah, but you get a pizza and take it back to your apartment and put it on Netflix. That'll work. I think sushi is always a good date idea. Night. Well, I don't know. Thai food is always good. Korean. A really good Italian place. A good French place. A good Greek. Good Greek restaurant. A good restaurant from New Zealand. All right, what am I looking up here? Bay. Yeah, you should say, look, we're gonna try Indian. Greece has had it and said it was delicious. The only bay I see here is this airport. What's it called? A Bay Hawk? Let me see what it's called. What's it called? As my voice cracks. Why is my voice cracking? I'm like 40-some years old. Why does that happen? The Bay Hawk. Let me look up the Hawk. It is not under Bay. Menopause. It could be. Could be. Well, there's a few hawks here, buddy. I don't see any Bay Hawks. The Just Flight one? Oh, this one right here. It looks really good from what I'm reading. I'll have to think about it. I really don't know if I want to buy any more airplanes at this point. I mean, I'll get the local legends if they come out. I don't think any more local legends are coming out either between now and the new simulator. I think that's why they keep putting them off. Oh, man. Fuck. I wasn't trying to buy it, but all right. I guess I'm getting it now. Thank you very much, my captain. All right, let's buy and download it. We'll have to learn it and fly it tomorrow. Oh, captain, my captain. Yeah, I've been looking at that plane off and on. Always thought it looked cool, and I like Just Flight. They're a great company. I actually didn't really have any flights. Oh, wow, look at the interior of this thing. Knowing Just Flight, you could probably operate pretty much everything too. There's probably a booklet that comes with it. Yay, I got more money from Xbox. Every day I get more and more points just for logging into the Xbox. That's really cool looking. I kind of feel obligated to give it a try tonight. I mean, let's let it finish downloading and then I'll log out and then log back in again and we'll give it a try, I guess. Damn! Ain't no party like a giraffe party. Ain't no party like a giraffe party. You know what I mean? Right. That's right. All right, there shouldn't be any more updates, right? Party, party. Ain't nothing but a giraffe party. That doesn't sound good. I don't think Tupac would have been able to make that work either. If you replace the word gangster with giraffe, that's kind of tough to roll off the tongue. Your tongue doesn't want to say giraffe. It wants to say gangster. Yeah, we could do that tomorrow night. That's right. Oh, that was 119. Oh, shit. I thought that was 19. Damn, dude, you don't have to do all that. Man, I feel bad when y'all do that. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I looked at it when it came in. I was looking at my screen and I was looking at that. I saw the 19. I was like, that's cool. 19 bucks, man. That's awesome. And now I'm looking at it again. I'm like, there's another one there. All right. I'm not sure really what else to do tonight. I mean, I don't mind staying on for a little bit longer. I did have a flight planned. I don't remember exactly how long it was, but I kind of did the video reaction last minute. I really saw it like 7:45 tonight, and I was like, oh shit. I want to watch that. Yeah, sometimes you got to gift a giraffe. Yeah. I can get me a giraffe now. Get her to write, thank you, Greece. And then send Greece a picture. Damn. Everybody just throw money around tonight. Yeah, sometimes life does throw curveballs. That's right. It happens to everybody at some point. But it'll all be all right. Credit cards are the devil. It's so easy to get in trouble with credit cards. Get in trouble real easy for like a week and a half. 2 weeks. Yeah, I have one credit card. I use it and try to pay it off every month. Oh, it's easy to overspend on a credit card. Especially like the first couple times you get one and they got like a $10,000 limit or $20,000 limit or whatever. You're like, shit, I can go right to Best Buy right now and just buy everything I want. Just be a big old glutton for spending money. Just another fat American. Yeah, I've seen so many people over the years get in trouble with credit cards. Living beyond their means. You know, always having to have a new car in the driveway. You know, instead of putting money away and paying themselves first. They're there just pissing their money away on things they're never going to own. They do encourage it. Absolutely. Oh yeah, Chicago and his wife, once they pay off their student loans, they're gonna be living on Easy Street. Easy Street. Have a pilot and a doctor. She. That's good money. I got you. But y'all are kind of doing it right now, just not officially. All right. What plane do I jump into? Should I jump into the new one? I was going to do one of these Aviation Alice flights, but I guess I should jump into the new plane. Yeah, I know, the Hawk. Just remember, I've never been in this airplane before. This is brand new. We got some liveries. I'll have to play with them one day. All right, well, since it came from Chicago, let's go back to Chicago. Yep. All right, let's see how this plane do. Got to turn the volume back up. Yeah, it's a cool looking airport. I don't know, you know, what it looked like in real life other than pictures I've seen, but it looks like it was a really cool airport to just be around or fly in and out of, travel from, travel to it. That's crazy. All right. Ooh, 128. Wow, look at the checklist on this thing. Son of a bitch. This is going to be a big plane to learn. Wow. You really have to do all those to CAN channels? I don't know. I mean, it's a checklist for a reason, but I don't know. Actually, let's do this. Let's get the co-pilot, and we'll do the assisted checklist for today since I don't know where anything is. Piloting. Assisted checklist. That's definitely what I'm doing. Absolutely.
Landing gear selector. Down. Battery switches. Off. MCP coolant. Off. WCP. All off. Mass.
Oh, I didn't mean for
lock safe.
This version.
ISIS sight. Off.
Oh well.
Stick top. Safe. Oxygen selector. On contents checked. Engine start switch. On. Tailplane standby trim. Cover down. Anti-skid switch.
You can go ahead and complete it until I learn this airplane. I just want to get up in the air. Alright, rudder pedals. Oh shit, we got a tablet. Chocks. All that's gone.
LP cock. Main attitude indicator. Flag showing.
Oh, hey, what's up, Sean? Trying to get this airplane off the ground. I've never been inside this airplane before. But we're going to learn it.
Lighting
That's
switches.
for sure. Because I'm sure being a just flight airplane, there's probably a good amount of info available on it.
GTS indicator.
Oh, my gender. I think this plane is a female.
Throttle.
Damn, this plane sounds good as hell. Yep, I agree. Her name is Emma. Very good, thank you, Sean. Good name. I love you, Emma. Thanks for letting me inside you on a Thursday night. No sunroof in this one. Some of these military aircraft, you can pop your head out of the canopy and look around. No sunroof. All right, are you done all your checks here, buddy?
CWP. Air brake.
That's a good question. Where are they at? Where are they?
DGI.
I don't know if taxiing is spelled that way, but works for me. Airplane looks pretty good. Really good. I like this airplane a lot. This is cool looking. It's a trainer. Oh, that's cool. Perfect. Means we can crash it. Right? We could. I don't know what it would look like a A330 and a Hawk doing flybys. That's cool. I'll have to read about that. She's so loud. She's so loud when she gets worked up. Right. I could do it tonight by myself if I had that mod downloaded. The air show assistant one with the refueling airplanes and the... I got really good at refueling the F-35, by the way. Both styles of F-35s. Oh, I have no idea. My colors? My colors are red, white, and blue. My colors is red, white, and blue. All right, autocomplete page. All right, after takeoff. Where are these? Where are you hiding them at? Oh well. shit, this is really loud. My bad. Turn down the reactiveness. Could try that. Doesn't like rolls too much, huh? Not a big fan of the rolls, are we, buddy? Quiet as a church mouse. Had to shut that lady up for a while. Sure. I think I remember where that is. We can certainly try for it. I know I gotta turn around, buddy. You can hear the pilots breathing for the G's they're pulling. Pilot was struggling, man. You could hear him barely breathing. Me too. I likes the steam dials too. All right, I can try to vape the wings. Nope. Very cool airplane. I'm looking forward to learning it. That's awesome. All right. I'm going to sign off here, guys. I got to do a few things and I got to get ready for tomorrow, but I'm going to do my best to hold to my schedule that I put up the other day, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday schedule. So as far as I'm planned, I'm going to be here the rest of the weekend. And then that's going to be hopefully the schedule moving forward. I think that's going to be very doable. But I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. It was awesome. we're gonna have a good time tomorrow night too. We might watch some videos on the history of flight simulators tomorrow. I found a handful of videos that are really cool that go all the way back from like the 70s and 80s. And then there's a home flight simulator where a guy built a cockpit. Yeah, man. Anyways, so I'll be back around the same time tomorrow. I say dark o'clock, but sometime between 8 and 8:30 I'll be on. So I will see y'all then. Have a good Friday. This Friday is the second greatest day of the week. First greatest day is payday. Payday is the greatest. But anyways, I will see y'all tomorrow. See you.